This is a HeadGum podcast. You got mail.
Hi, I'm Millie Tamarez.
And I'm Alise Morales.
And this is the Go Touch Grass podcast,
where we log in
so you can log off. Alise and I are two chronically online comedians, and on every episode of the pod, we'll be breaking down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer drama, so you don't have to.
And if you like what you hear today and want to hear more, guys, we've already got a Go Touch Grass Patreon already up with all of our test episodes, mini trending topics, a weekly newsletter, and our spin-off series, Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past.
And don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and review.
Wow. The intro, we did the intro.
We did the intro. We're so solid. I feel like our guests today are so impressed with us. I'm projecting.
The level of impressed is radiating off of them. So, guys, yes, today is a very special episode. It's a retrospective on all the memes and viral moments of 2023 with our friends, hosts of the Exploration Live podcast right here on HeadGum. It's Charlie Bardey and Natalie Rotter-Laitman.
Wow. Thank you, guys. That was really impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're right about what you felt from us.
Right. Well, I was like, it never occurred to us to have an intro.
No.
And
as I was hearing
so long, I was
right.
like, this is amazing. We should do that.
Totally. I was like, gosh, if I just stumbled upon this, took a little listen, I'd be like, oh, great.
I get what it is.
And that's
this
what we're
is.
hoping.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're hoping will happen.
And you guys have a great energy and voice.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I hope others agree because I've been auditioning for a huge number of audiobooks.
Oh,
Really?
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For people's self-produced audiobooks, and some of them are totally insane.
Wow.
Wait, that's a fun job.
So then they pay you out of pocket?
Yes. Basically, there is... Listen up, everybody, if you want a gig. There's this platform called ACX, and people who have self-published their books can put jobs up there for you to read their audiobook for their self-published book.
Whoa.
And a lot of them are like mental health related things. So I spend a lot of time in my day being like, I am tripolar. A memoir.
Wow, your voice sounded so cool.
Right.
And then there's a lot of sexual stuff on there. So if you want to do
bet.
that, you can go that route.
Right,
Oh
right.
my God, I really want to do this.
Yeah.
Absolutely, look it
Well,
up.
it's a whole thing. Yeah.
It is a whole thing, but you have to produce the audiobook yourself. So if you get the job,
It'll be like $300 or something.
It's paid per wow, we're really getting into it. It's paid per finished hour. So it's paid by like how long the actual audiobook is, and then you have to record and produce it to their like audio standards.
Okay.
So I've had to learn a lot about recording and producing
And
an
so you're
audiobook.
auditioning. Have you gotten some of these jobs?
I have gotten one.
Okay.
Wow.
I have gotten one.
Congrats.
How was
Yes.
that?
So
Guys!
Sorry. I'm sorry.
We
All right, we'll talk about this
It
offline.
is exciting, and if you guys look at my social media, you'll see about
Yeah,
it.
sorry. Okay.
You'll see about it.
Well, I'll follow up later.
Now this is not the job podcast.
This is not the Alise Auditions
No.
for Audiobooks podcast,
This
but it is something
the
I am doing.
2023 retrospective podcast. I'm
Right.
so sorry, but we got because we got a tight timeline and we got 12 months of memes. Really quickly, guys, how was your 2023?
Oh my God, it was pretty good. Mine, honestly, I have to say,
Yeah.
no shade.
And mine was less good.
Right.
But
Wow.
Yeah.
nevertheless, we persisted.
And who knows about next year? Maybe it'll flip.
I said, clock struck midnight, end of 2022, and I said, you know what? 2024 is my year. And people were like, do you mean 2023? I was like, no, I think this one's going to be a wash. And I was dead right about that.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling really good about 2024, and I think it's going to land for me.
I feel like I feel the same. 2023 fucking sucked for me.
Sometimes you just know what my mom said when I was complaining to her about it. She was like, yeah, sometimes you get a shit year.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
Yeah.
it's just a dud. No problem.
I would say
What a
this
good
one
mom.
was a dud.
Right.
A flop.
With
even.
obviously some great
There's
stuff
some
in
great
there. No
stuff,
problem.
of course.
You know?
This
Yeah.
podcast starting was the highlight of my
the year.
2023,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
and we're on episode 2, so that's kind of
Yeah.
how long it took to really get to the highlight.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Totally. No,
in
it's
the
a
month of
last
December.
inning.
We both went to Spain and France separately.
That a highlight.
You both went to Spain and France separately?
Yes, on the same free cruise,
cruise,
but
yeah.
different
Yeah.
sailings.
Free cruise.
See, no, we're not doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys,
Can't-
you
we
guys
can't
are
Trying to
listen.
goad
We-
you guys into not doing your
I know.
podcast.
I know. I'm feeling exploration live.
Right,
and this
exactly.
is-
Well, you're saying the craziest stuff ever.
You need to not be saying such interesting things.
Wow.
Okay?
Guys, so this year we're going to talk about all the memes and moments from
Yeah.
this year. So we're going to start with January.
January of
We
2023.
started, yes, of 2023.
Right.
We started this year strong with the scandal in Congress. Republicans voted for Speaker of the House, and it took 15 rounds of voting for Kevin McCarthy to win the job, despite his party having a majority in the chamber. It came after a dramatic pressure played out live where they almost fought physically, Matt Gaetz and Kevin McCarthy.
Whoa.
Do you remember this?
You know, guys, it def rings a bell, but
I'll say about
I
this.
kind of sat this one out.
Yeah, like I pay attention to a lot of news, and there's some stuff you have to choose to opt out of. And for me, it's like a lot of federal stuff, like debt ceiling and
Okay.
House Speaker drama. Because I'm like,
It's a lot.
every 2 weeks you get a news alert where it's like they're approaching the debt ceiling and they're gonna default, and then you're like, no, they're not. And then you get a news alert 1 week later where it's like they reached a deal.
They figured it out.
They figured it out.
Figured
It's like,
it
so
out.
leave me out of it until something actually happens.
Yeah, this
right?
one was very that because it was like they're voting again, and I'd be like, I guess someone will let me know when we have a Speaker
Right.
of the House.
It's also
Right.
just like, let me know when like my rent goes down, like a little bit. Like that's what I'm like kind of invested in.
Well, to be fair, with Kevin McCarthy, after applying for that job 15 times and finally getting it, he did end up getting fired in October.
Right. I was like, didn't this also
Right.
just happen?
yeah.
And then also in January, if you can believe, was the release of the very popular, very viral Megan M3gan.
M3.
M3gan,
Oh.
which is the synopsis is a roboticist working on a lifelong toy android named Megan takes in her orphan niece.
Yeah.
She pairs the two up, trying to solve for both issues, and it does not go as planned. Megan kills people. Guys, did you
Period.
watch Megan?
we saw it together.
We not only watched it, we saw it
Yeah.
together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
We
knew
wanted
what
to
you
hold each other accountable for seeing Megan.
Yeah.
And the only
What
way
did
to
you
do that
think?
was
I think I liked
liked
it.
it.
I
Yeah.
liked it. I thought it was great.
I had a great experience in the theater with Megan because it was like wall-to-wall preteens because
Yeah.
I think it was a PG-13
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so at first I was like, whoa, I'm in a room with wall-to-wall preteens. And then I was like, actually, I'm going to embrace this.
You gotta
This
embrace
is
it.
wonderful. They were all having the time of their lives. And I felt like I experienced a preteen joy of being able to see a movie without my parents
That's
again
Yeah.
Great.
while watching Megan.
Oh, that's fine.
I think Megan was great. I think it was funny, campy, and I think it had the perfect amount of gore.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the gore too. My only complaint about my Megan experience was that I read too much about it online before.
Yeah.
Like it would have been such a good movie to go in really not knowing
Yeah.
the
Wow.
tone. You know what I mean? Because it's such a kind of surprising, campy
Right,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
But I was just a little too read in, so I knew about like the dance,
Like kind of like an
and the
overhyped thing. A
bulletproof.
little like I
Yeah.
did feel that the
I feel
the
like
hype
they
was kind of
put the dance in the trailer, and I'm like, I think maybe you should have let the dance be a surprise.
Ugh.
Take us to February, Alise.
Okay, so February 2023, Ariana DeBose
Oh right.
Yeah.
does her BAFTA rap, which gave us the iconic lyric, Angela Bassett did the thing.
That was That was really, really crazy.
That was a big moment, and I watched that video absolutely hundreds of times and immediately kind of absorbed everything about it. And
Right.
so I wanted to play a game with you guys, which is, do you remember the other lyrics of
Yes.
Angela Bassett did the thing? Okay, so
that's a good game.
Angela Bassett did the thing. What is the next lyric?
Viola Davis, my woman king.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So next it's, so and so, you're a genius. Who was the genius?
Oh, hold on.
Yo.
No, not Michelle
Wrong.
Yeoh. But Michelle Yeoh is in the song.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
but it's Blanchett Kate, you're a genius.
Totally.
Which is interesting because it's the only time that she reverses the name, and it is for no reason because Kate Blanchett, you're a genius would have
It
worked
works. It
exactly
stands. Yeah. Blanchett, Kate, you're a
You're a
Kate
genius.
Blanchett. It works.
It doesn't. There's no reason to do it that way. It was just an artistic choice.
I think I don't know. I feel like it hits the ear a little nicer, Blanchett.
Yeah.
Kate.
Well, it's an artistic choice that she made. All right. Next line. Jamie Lee, you are
All of us.
all of us. Exactly.
How is-
Exactly.
That is such a great line.
And
How
Jamie
is she all of
Lee,
us? She's
you
a
are
rebel
all of us.
baby, and
She's all Millie. She's all of us.
No, it's so fun. It's such
has
a. I mean,
hot
it's a
dog
really
things.
great, interesting song that they wrote.
Okay, so
each line is a stopper and a
she wrote
thinker.
it
It is.
herself.
It and I believe
No,
that.
did she?
She did say
said
she
no,
wrote
she
it by
wrote it
herself,
herself.
and there are many videos of her practicing it backstage. Here's a bonus
Bro,
question. This
okay.
is deep cut. Angela Bassett did the thing trivia.
Uh-huh.
Okay, in the verse prior to her saying Angela Bassett did the thing, she says, "Marie girl, what a sleigh. Who was Marie and what was her sleigh?"
Sometimes
Oh my
it's like,
God.
who is Marie?
Who's Marie?
Who is Marie and what was her
I
sleigh?
think I know the answer to this, but I will let her
Maria
guess.
I'm like, is it
from
like-
West Side Story?
Is it like Marie Kondo?
Yeah, it's Marie Kondo.
She's maybe talking
At the
about Marie
BAFTA
Kondo
Awards
at the
in
BAFTA Awards.
Marie
2023.
Kondo. What you did 2 to 3 years ago was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You loved your
Millie,
Netflix
do you
show.
know?
Is it the star of the Emmett Till movie?
No.
No. Wow.
No, it is director Marie Liden, whose film Electric Malady is about a man who has become a hermit after suffering from an electronegativity, a condition that makes him feel intense pain all over his body when near technology.
Wow.
And what a sleigh it was.
Wow, you know what? That reminds me.
I'm hearing
cool
about
movie.
this for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That did
reminds
not
me-
make a splash for me in my world.
Wow.
Well, it was a sleigh. All right. Also in February, we got the Chinese spy balloon, guys. This was a high altitude balloon from China that flew across North American airspace, including Alaska, Western Canada, and the contiguous United States. Do we remember this balloon?
I heard about it, but I don't know what happened. Can you tell me actually what was so crazy? It's like I'm either the worst guest for this or the best because I'm like
You're the best.
seeing it through a child's eyes.
No, it's like how every show has to have like the
A new
insert for the
character.
audience
Yeah.
who doesn't know.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's you
Yes.
for this episode.
Good.
So anyway, basically, this was a really big balloon, a huge balloon full of spy equipment
Yeah.
that appeared in the sky, and people saw it and they were like, "Damn, what's with this big balloon?" Turns out it was
From China.
spying on the United States
Wow.
for China.
So the thing is like, why is it the most like not inconspicuous?
I think it
Spy
like came
thing,
down
like-
too low.
they
Like
made it
normally
slow.
they're up really high,
yeah.
but something happened and it lowered, and then it started to become visible to
Yeah.
regular people.
That's really funny.
Then everyone was like, Joe Biden's got to shoot this spy balloon down, but he
Yeah.
was like, we can't just shoot it down over like populated areas because it is
Right.
full of spy equipment.
Yeah.
So
Right.
right.
It was like, and they were trying to track it too, because it was like over Tennessee for a while.
yeah,
And all this
it,
shit.
it was
Wow.
And it
traversed.
was bigger than you would think.
Yeah.
It was very large.
It was kind of like a blimp.
It was not the shape of a blimp,
No.
but
Yeah.
size-wise comparable to a
Probably.
blimp.
Okay.
But it was round like a balloon.
That's honestly cool. Like
No,
the whole
balloons in the
thing.
sky always catch our attention.
That
Big balloons in the
Definitely.
sky, like a hot air balloon, because it is like the sky we're so used to like propulsion, and a balloon is so like
Ethereal,
takeable by the air.
yeah.
And so it's cool that it's like they gave it a job.
They move in a
It's
way
like a
that I
dog.
think it feels fantastical.
Whimsy,
It's
yeah,
whimsical.
yeah.
Balloons are whimsical.
Yeah.
Well, they're spying on us. guys.
But they
They're
can be
spying on
dangerous.
us.
And this one was shot down on February 4th over Southern California. And so, honestly,
Yeah.
piggybacking right off of what Charlie just said,
Thank you.
please now rank for me most to least iconic balloon-related incidents. I will list them. Number 1, Hindenburg disaster.
Okay.
Number 2, Chinese spy balloon.
Right.
Number 2, 1927
Number 3.
Macy's Day Parade in which Felix the Cat balloon got tangled in telephone wires and caught on fire. Number 3, 1957 Macy's Day Parade in which Popeye's top hat filled with water during heavy rain and poured 50 gallons of water onto the crowd. No, I don't remember what number it is. I'm really just going to be listing Macy's Day Parade disasters.
Yeah.
The 1986 Macy's Day Parade in which both Raggedy Ann crashed into a lamppost and Superman had his hand torn off by a tree.
Holy shit.
1994 Macy's Day Parade in which Barney was disemboweled by a lamppost.
My birth year.
Wow.
So that's got to be up there.
Yeah.
That's got to be up there.
You were very young when that
Canon
happened.
event,
I was very
1997 Macy's Day Parade, in which high winds pushed the Cat in the Hat into a lamppost, and falling debris struck a parade goer and fractured her skull and sent her into a coma for a month, eventually winning her $395 million from the city.
And she was okay. She woke up.
She was okay,
okay. She
and she
woke
got
up.
$395
That
million.
is totally amazing.
And
I mean, if I
it's
could
like
go
the Patty
to comic,
Harrison character from.
I was struck by
Yeah.
debris from the
Yeah.
Macy's Day Parade. I made all my
I
money
made
from
all
the
my
big
money because it's not getting any bigger. That's funny.
And that actually
From- I
did
think we
change,
should
like,
leave.
balloons can't be as big anymore because of
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah,
Oh.
there's one more event, and it is the 1986 Cleveland Balloon Fest, in which 1.5 million balloons were released over the city in order to get the Guinness World Record for most balloons ever released. But due to a storm, the balloons plummeted back down, swarmed the city, blocked waterways, caused traffic, injured multiple horses.
I bet.
And 2 people did die. So
No.
How did they die?
that it's unclear to me. It's unclear to me how the horses were injured or how people died.
Oh
but
my
that is-
God. Maybe the people were on the horses and the horses
and the
freaked
horses
out.
what guy got spooked.
Yeah.
Wait, I actually really wonder. Well, my rating is this. In
Okay.
Cleveland, Ohio.
You're going best.
And then a lot of the Thanksgiving parade ones are kind of blending together.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah.
I understand.
I was surprised that you took off the list. I think when Ronald McDonald's head was up someone's ass.
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah,
That
yeah,
is an
yeah.
iconic meme. That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I know that one.
That is
he
pre
was
Macy's
giving
Day
a-
Parade. I
grim
think,
job, yeah.
like when they were just getting started, his head is
Yeah,
in
yeah. But
someone's
before
ass.
it actually started, it
Like
was,
they were just
blowing it up.
getting
and
They were
ready
he's
blowing it
kind
up,
of-
and the head was in the ass. But there
It
was a
is-
lot of children around.
It's kind of like a funny, unintentional part of it where it's like, yeah, we're going to do these big balloons and there's going to be a disaster. And it's
Yeah,
so wholesome
totally.
and like so family oriented that the disaster then becomes this like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Like-
interesting. Like technology has progressed so much, but we don't control balloons.
No.
Balloons control us.
Right.
At the
That
end of the day.
is an amazing point.
Right.
It's
And
true.
I think part of it is like the expectation of a balloon is that it's like super harmless and basically nothing.
Right,
Like it
right.
just floats.
It's
but
air,
it's like
right.
if it gets big enough or if there's enough of them, there's something.
Right.
something.
We have March here, and in March of this year, a quote from HBO's prestige drama about daddy issues went viral. I'm talking about Succession.
It's a Tom
capacious
Wong
bag.
scam.
Yes.
Yeah.
thank
What was
you,
it?
Alise.
Ludicrously capacious bag. Ludicrously capacious handbag.
Yeah, so
I love
Charlie,
knowing the answer.
why
What
do
is
you
that?
read the entire quote?
Oh my
Okay,
By
God.
Tom-
I really want to be able to do an impression of him, but I don't think I can.
No, it's okay.
Why? Because she's brought a ludicrously capacious bag. What's even in there, huh? Flat shoes for the subway? Her lunch pail? I mean, Greg, it's monstrous. It's gargantuan. You could take it camping. You could slide it across the floor after a bank job.
Yes.
Wait,
so,
what is capacious?
Big. Spacious.
Can I
And
say?
who brought the bag?
So basically, in
Greg's
this
girlfriend?
episode, there was an episode where Greg brought a girl to like a family event, and Tom wanted to embarrass Greg, and he was like, "Look at the purse that she has," and
That's
the purse
cool.
was a big, huge Burberry, like
Yeah.
it was like
A
something-
gaudy kind of like new
opposite
money.
of quiet luxury.
Right.
Got it.
I will be vulnerable right now and say that I thought it was ludicrously capricious bag, and
like a
I
caprese salad.
think capricious. I don't even know what capricious,
Capricious means
but
like
it's another.
whimsical, unserious.
So it could be.
little bit of
I
both.
don't think it's crazy
It's
for me to
a
have thought it was
ludicrously caprese bag.
Yeah, it's a ludicrously
It's so
caprese
caprese.
salad.
Yeah.
But I did think it was capricious,
bag.
and I quoted it wrong a couple times on my Instagram story, even.
Oh, that's all right, sweetheart.
Thank you. Thank you so
happens.
much.
Natalie.
That's nothing.
Thank you. Because I've been holding that
Forgiven.
since March.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the time to be
This is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. April starts out strong. Everybody's turning them into Barbie posters. Did
Remember
you
the
get
Barbie poster trend?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
this Barbie
I didn't go
is
for that.
blank? What is your Barbie?
If you could be a Barbie, what would you
Oh,
be?
nanny Barbie.
Barbie.
There's got to be one of
Caretaker
those.
Barbie. Wow.
Caretaker Barbie.
I think there is like a babysitter, like, but it's like Skipper or
Skipper,
something. It's
Skipper.
like one of
Oh,
her,
it's a
like,
boy?
no,
No,
Skipper's
a
her
girl's
sister.
name, apparently.
Natalie, Skipper's her sister.
Yeah, come on, Natalie.
My bad.
I'm like math tutor Barbie.
Yeah.
Math
probably.
tutor.
That's
Barbie.
also got to be one. So the other meme from April is Sophia Richie's wedding. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
was
guys
in there.
aware of this?
I don't think Charlie was.
Yeah, Natalie's gonna.
I'll take over this.
Okay,
one.
great. Nicole Richie's sister, Lionel Richie's daughter, a model, dated Scott Disick for a while.
Yeah, so she was 19. Like
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. But Sophia didn't marry Scott Disick. She married this music executive. And for whatever
He has,
reason,
like the stupidest name too.
it's Elliot Grange.
Okay.
But these two got married in the south of France, and for reasons I'll never really understand, like, this wedding just had a chokehold on the internet. It was all over TikTok and Insta. Vogue called it this year's royal wedding.
Yeah.
With people that I'd never kind of heard of or thought about.
Well, obviously, Elliot Grange's wedding is going to be this
Yeah.
year's whatever
I
year he
actually
gets
have a
married,
take
is gonna
on
be that
this.
year's.
I would love
what's
to hear
your
the
take?
take.
She, I guess, was like, I don't know how long she's been doing like TikToks or whatever, but she was doing a lot of get ready with me for the engagement dinner or for the whatever, like styling herself for the wedding. And she has a very sleek, minimalist, elegant, rich look.
Quiet luxury.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's literally like the headline about like Sophia Richie's quiet luxury wedding.
Right. And I feel like I was seeing people being like, why is she here all of a sudden? Or like now she's like in all these magazines and whatever. And it was just kind of like, she got really fucking pretty. And she's rich as fuck. Like, I was kind of, I don't know. Like, sometimes I feel like it's
what
like,
is going on
why
here?
is this girl taking over? And it's like, she's classically beautiful and she is a millionaire.
Yeah. Before we move on to May, can you guess which pop punk icons were in attendance at Sophia Richie's wedding?
Yeah. Billy, not Joel, but like Joel Madden or whatever.
Joel and Benji Madden of Good Charlotte.
Billy Joel
because
Madden.
Billy Joel Madden.
Yeah.
Because
Nicole is
Yeah.
Joel is married to Nicole
Nicole.
Richie and Benji is married to
Hillary Duff.
No.
Cameron Diaz. Natalie, you gotta
Does
leave.
she have kids? Did they date or did they have kids together or something?
They're-
I think Benji.
together, yeah,
I think that maybe
kids.
Hillary Duff did date one of the Maddens.
She was with a Madden at some
think
point.
she was.
Sorry.
I feel
Wow.
like the Nicole and Cameron happened similar at the same time.
Oh, so
Yes,
it's been
but
a
I
long
do
time.
think
They
that
were out
maybe in the
there.
past,
That's nice for Cameron.
Hillary Duff was involved. I think maybe in the past.
Thought she got her little pussy in there.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Wow.
Speaking of pussy, this
Well,
is
she
a
got her little
great.
pussy in there.
Yeah, speaking of pussy, no, actually, this is the best segue. Because just in time for Cinco de Mayo in May, the internet, this is a great example of how the internet works.
Okay.
So first, somebody, this woman does a sermon about abstinence at LSU,
Oh yeah.
and it went viral. And we're going to listen to the sermon.
Cool.
wow.
What's
Louisiana
LSU?
State University.
okay.
Louisiana
That's always
State
in
University.
crosswords.
That university?
LSU, yeah.
LSU. Interesting. I'm just going to, so now I'm going to play it.
You buy her one margarita, she will spread her legs. If you buy her 2 margaritas, she will pounce right on your penis. After 3 margaritas, she will grab your penis and put it in her mouth. 4 margaritas. She will grab your penis and ram it right up her anus.
What happens after that?
She will strap it on and peg you.
Wait, it's so I haven't revisited it
That's
because
a
of the
great
song,
video.
but the part of it where it's like everybody cheering, like she's
Oh,
like
yeah.
huge crowd.
It's a huge crowd and they were going crazy.
It's so funny.
So that went viral.
I didn't know the song was from, I thought it was just like a fun song.
Well, then they were watching it on this podcast and this girl made a little freestyle.
We go, hey, hey. Give me 1 margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some head. Give me 3 margaritas, I'ma put it in my puss. Give me 4 margaritas, I'ma put it in my tush. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma have some fun. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma put it in your bum. I'ma put it in
Holy shit.
Oh.
And
So
then someone remixed
And
that.
then somebody remixed it
Wow.
to the meme that we all know and love today.
I literally didn't think that song was from a meme. I thought it was just like an
So,
amazing song someone put out.
No.
Give me one margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me two margaritas, I'ma give you some head. Give me three margaritas, I'ma put it in my puss. Give me four margaritas, I'ma put it in my tush. Give me five margaritas, I'ma get some fun. Give me five margaritas,
So I feel like
Wow.
also the put it in his buns. I feel like that always cuts off because I didn't know until I watched the
watched the
original
video. Yeah.
video that it was talking about
Wow.
pegging.
Right.
So
Holy shit.
yeah, let's hear your reactions on.
I mean, we're really struck.
I'm happy.
Me too. I'm just feeling happy.
It's a really cool.
That's a really cool way how the internet works.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful story of creativity and creation, and
There's something really kind of funny, like symbiotic about the original, where it's like everybody's cheering because they like approve of what she's saying. Like, where it's like
She's
kinda,
trying to horrify people.
yeah, but like, and everybody's kind of getting what she wants because they were almost like, do you really want to like scare people or do you want like a crowd? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, are you just wanting attention? And so it's like
interesting.
kind of everybody's getting what they want. Her speech is amazing. It's like she has this rhythm.
Yeah,
It's an
fucking-
interesting thing with certain kind of like proselytizing where it's like you're not actually so invested in like oh, I need to like change any individual's person mind. Like
Yeah.
my only responsibility is to like get the message out.
Yeah.
So you can actually kind of make these uneasy, weird, like symbiotic relationships where the same thing happened with the Westboro Baptist Church. Obviously they were like pretty abhorrent and did some stuff that was really upsetting, but sometimes like there'd be this weird like shared joy. Like they'd be like singing like God hates fags and like a bunch of gay people would be like,
Yeah, exactly.
and they would be kind of like everybody would be living.
Yeah.
They're like, we're singing our song. They're
Interesting.
like they're so like happy to be righteous. So it's like kind of
Right.
like no harm, no
so
foul.
they were like
except-
protesting like funerals.
Right. That and then
Yeah,
that
and
is bad. And so
Right,
let me just say that is bad.
Yeah. All right. Listen, we're on to June.
Okay.
2 words defined June 2023 online, and those words were attenzione pickpocket.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah.
Do we remember this woman? I am going to play her voice so that we can hear her.
Attenzione pickpocket! Attenzione borseggiatrici! Attenzione pickpocket! Attenzione borseggiatrici!
So this is an Italian woman. Her name is Monica Poli.
I missed this pickpocket thing. I heard about it, but I didn't know if she was the pickpocket. She was screaming at them.
She's screaming at them. So I actually do
She
actually
wouldn't
have
be the
this information
pickpocket.
memorized. So this woman, she's an Italian woman. She's like 57 years old. Her name is Monica Poli, and she is part of a vigilante group of Italians. It's like 40 people, and they try to stop pickpockets. They run after them and they yell
Wow.
attenzione pickpocket, and they try to stop them. So these videos take the internet by storm. People are loving her. They're loving Monica Poli, but then classic milkshake duck
milkshake duck
scenario.
situation. Yeah.
It turns out she is a fascist.
Okay, shoot.
Yeah,
The giveaway of being like really invested in like
Yeah.
petty crime,
Yeah.
vigilante. It's like
Right,
it's gonna,
right.
Yeah.
Can
So
spin that way.
the group that she was in is called Cittadini non distratti, which means citizens not distracted. But she's also a city councilor for the far right Lega Party in Venice.
Which
Oh,
like
boy.
has been making huge waves in Italy right now.
Yeah, it's one of Italy's most far right
Mussolini's
parties.
like granddaughter and niece.
oh yeah.
Oh
it's-
no.
It's anti-immigration, anti-LGBTQ, but also anti-Southern Italians, which
Yeah.
I think is
Because
interesting.
they tend to be darker and
Yeah.
Yes. So she was once caught on camera chanting, and this would be in Italian, but this is the English translation. Smell the stink, even dogs run away. The Neapolitans have arrived. So she's,
Wow.
yeah, so
Bro.
she's not
Oh my
good.
god.
In much more wholesome news, June was also the month that the Grimace birthday meal was released from McDonald's. Just some Grimace facts. Grimace was originally introduced in 1971 as Evil Grimace.
wow.
And he was a villainous character who stole milkshakes from customers.
Right.
Seems
So
like
kind of Hamburglar-esque.
delicious,
Who's
Right.
Grimace?
The purple one.
You know the big
McDonald's.
purple guy from
Character That
McDonald's?
looks like a butt plug.
No.
You've never seen Grimace?
Grimace?
I know the purple guy from that baseball team.
What
Grump
baseball
or
team?
whatever.
That's different.
Yeah, that's different, and I think he's green.
Oh yeah, he's green. What's his name? It's like Chris.
Okay, no.
Yeah, so he's since become one of Ronald McDonald's best friends.
yeah.
So he has
Okay.
a
Can
actual arc.
actually like go like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, that can
Right.
happen.
You don't
It's like a
want someone-
restorative justice thing. Like
Right.
they healed.
Yeah, exactly.
I did have the grimace shake.
That's what I was going to say, is that I'm going to hand it over to Millie now because Millie, he turned 52 this year.
Yeah,
Holy
wow.
shit.
And
Boomer.
He's
Or is
old
that
as
Gen X?
He turned 52.
He has.
is Grimace a
medical
boomer or is
problems.
he Gen X?
I feel like villain though. Seems
No,
a
that's
little
Gen X,
X-y.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
I feel
see,
like for
we'll
him to
figure
be
it
like,
out.
whatever, fuck it all, I'm going to steal these milkshakes is kind of a Gen
Gen
X
X,
ethos.
yeah. That's
What's in the shake?
Okay, you know what it tasted like? Do you know Twix?
Yeah.
Trix, the cereal.
Yes.
It tasted like that. It was like fruity and
Yum.
milky. It was good.
Like cereal milk.
Cereal milk, exactly. Cereal milky.
Yum as fuck.
Fruity.
Because he's purple, I guess. It's not gonna be
it
like
was purple.
chocolate.
It was a purple.
Right.
So it was like blueberry
Yeah.
purple.
Can I say my personal experience of the Grimace milkshake is that month?
Better.
And I will.
It was Pride Month too.
Watch me.
Gay.
I was going through a hard time that month.
Gay guy, gay girl.
Gay guy, gay guy, gay girl.
I was going through a hard time that month, and so it was like one of those things where it's like information from the outside world wasn't really getting in me. So I remember hearing about Grimace milkshake, and like I have the sensation of like being underwater and hearing people talking about water.
Oh yeah, like
You know what I mean? Where people are like Grimace milkshake, I'm like just hearing like "Wah, wah, wah, wah."
oh, that's
Like Charlie
very
Brown.
Right,
fabulously
exactly.
vivid.
Thank you. That's why I wanted to share it because
Yeah.
I had the metaphor for it.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you.
Just hang on to that.
Well, okay.
And okay.
And okay.
And shut up.
I'm glad you're not underwater anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And
I'm
the
above
next
water.
milkshake will not miss you, Charlie.
Yeah.
We already kind of talked about this, but July was the month of Barbenheimer.
Oh, right.
And it was announced that Greta Gerwig.
Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer, sorry, Heimer. Wow.
Sorry.
I'm not even gonna, it's like,
I say that with love.
Right.
And
yeah,
I thought
no,
it would
no,
be
no.
funny.
I appreciate
It's
that. You
important for
didn't
us
know-
to get
Yeah.
accuracy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't know who Grimace was. I mispronounced. Well, when it was announced that Greta Gerwig's feminine flick about existential crisis, Barbie, was going to be released the same day as Christopher Nolan's film about the man who invented the atomic bomb that ravaged Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the memes went crazy. Fun fact, the release date was on July 21st, which is actually my
Millie's
birthday.
birthday.
And I celebrated with a theme party. Did you watch Oppenheimer?
I didn't actually.
No.
Wow.
I did the thing in one day.
Oh, wow.
You did
How
the
do you
thing?
feel?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Wow.
That's very 2023. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
it was.
Wow.
Well, first of all, I was like, so that just like became a thing online, and it's kind of one of these weird things where it was like none of those movies like paid for that to happen, that to my knowledge, but like I wasn't gonna see Oppenheimer, and
Right.
then
Yeah,
I did
without,
because of this. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of annoying when like something happens and then you end up like paying someone. So I didn't like that part of it, but I loved Oppenheimer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're an
Wow.
Oppenheimer.
And I thought it was going to be the other way around. I would never have gone to see Oppenheimer. I was actually like, fuck them for making that movie. Like, that's not what the story's about. Like, these evil, like, people who made the bomb, like, now get this whole, like, glory movie about themselves. But I ended up being really, like I thought the movie was about. I thought it was cool. It kind of showed the, like, breakdown of this guy's, like, psyche because of, like, what he did.
Yeah.
Because of, like, the evil of it.
It was
Right.
pretty fucking evil.
Yeah.
It was pretty fucking evil.
I
I
fell
won't be
asleep
seeing it.
during Barbie.
Wow.
But I had already seen Oppenheimer.
Well, that's
Were
And
you
then
Oppenheimer first?
yeah, and it
Interesting.
kind of made Barbie seem like after
I thought you
Oppenheimer.
would do Barbie first.
I know. I don't know why
But
it just
happened
happened
like
like
that.
that.
Maybe that affected.
Maybe
Yeah.
that affected it. You
I'm
went in
sure it did.
because-
Because after Oppenheimer, the people I saw it with, like, we sat down at like a cafe and everyone was like, I feel sick. Like, this country, like, we're so disgusted. We had like this hour-long
And then it's like,
conversation.
hey, Barbie.
Yeah. And we were all like, no, the world is
yeah.
too bad.
What also happened in July is the rise of Girl Dinner, which is Girl Dinner. If you don't know, is an assemblage of ingredients that are low effort, that it might not be considered a proper or well-rounded meal, usually a snack plate, a few olives, fruits, nuts, crackers, etc., etc.
The girl dinner, I do think that like a snack plate. I started doing that this year
Yeah.
because of that, just for snack time,
Yeah.
not for dinner, and I love it. Like a snack plate, like And like I went away with my family at one point in the summer, and my sister has a baby or like a 2-year-old, so they make her little
Snack
you know,
place that
chips
want,
and a
yeah.
fruit and a whatever. And I was like,
I want this.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Right.
So then I started having a plate of like almonds and potato chips and a cut up apple. And I would literally like, it was so fun. I actually want to have it tonight. Yeah.
Everyone go home and have girl dinner tonight.
Charlie, what are you going to say about girl dinner?
My take, which is, you know, I think it's like there's ways where it's cute, but then I feel like it got really dark really
Yeah, it
fast.
did.
Oh, yeah. People
Where
were
people are
like,
like,
"This is
girl
disordered
dinner, like
eating."
a cigarette. It's like, no, that's
wait.
not enough.
Yeah,
like, you need to eat dinner. Like, you need to
Right.
have, and it's one thing where it's like, okay, you're like doing ham and a pickle and like, you know, and like crackers.
Where like
and
it's
cheese.
enough food, it's just not.
It's just like kind of random, but a lot of
what
the time
someone-
it's like that's
Disordered,
literally not
right.
enough.
Yeah.
That's a question. Like it's not girl dinner because it's less food, right? It's like
No, it's
girl
like
dinner because
random.
it's To me, I feel like girl dinner, and I could be projecting this, but I feel like the original video I saw, I thought the vibe was like someone with a husband or a partner or something, and it was like she's like, this is what I eat when I'm alone. You know what I mean? When I'm not
The original
eating
video,
with him.
isn't it a song?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a girl
yeah.
dinner.
Girl
I think
dinner.
it was a black girl who lives alone.
Yeah.
All right. So listeners, we did unfortunately
Have to
lose
dismiss-
Natalie,
No,
but we're
I'm
finishing
kidding.
out the year
Charlie's
with
also
Charlie.
Charlie, do you know what we're talking about in August?
We're
of this
talking.
year?
We're talking about
No.
the Montgomery Brawl. Do you?
No. I don't
Okay.
Wow.
Who's that?
Wow. This is a big one. So this is straight from Wikipedia, and then I am going to pass over to Millie because Millie is our Black Twitter and Montgomery Brawl expert
Correspondent, yeah.
and correspondent.
I'm like so curious.
Okay.
Maybe-
On August 5th, 2023, a large-scale altercation took place at a riverfront dock in downtown Montgomery, Alabama. The incident gained significant media attention due to its violent nature, racial undertones, and Montgomery's racially charged history. So basically,
Whoa.
on August 5th, this riverboat called the Harriet II is carrying 227 passengers, and it returns to the riverfront dock in Montgomery, Alabama to find a pontoon boat in the place where it is supposed to dock. The pontoon boat is inhabited by the most sunburnt white people you've ever seen.
So there's like 10 white people.
and the Harriet
boat.
II is like mostly
Black
black.
people, and it's like 250 of them.
Whoa.
Pontoon boat owners, they refused to move for 45 minutes. So then the co-captain of the Harriet II has to basically go ashore and try to move them. And then the pontoon boat owners attack this person. And
Whoa.
they
Jump him.
jump him and start fighting him.
Whoa.
So then the people from the Harriet II are watching this and they're filming it. A black teenager named Aaron, who was eventually dubbed Black Aquaman, dives into the water to start swimming towards the brawl to join it himself. And once the Harriet II docks, the Harriet II releases everyone and the fight begins. And many, many memes are born. And I will now hand over to Millie for her to kind of describe the best and brightest memes of that time.
Yes. So basically, yes. So what happened was a group of white people who were very entitled. They didn't want to move for 250 black people to be
Right.
able to dock. And again, they need to be at that specific dock because some people were in wheelchairs. So they needed that space. Once this guy, you know, which happens in boat culture, once, like, if you have your boat in the wrong place, another person will just move it like a little bit down. When they saw the guy moving it, again, these white people jumped him, and all his like co-workers and allies were watching afar. The teenager swam up and tried fighting. Once it docked, so you have to imagine a group of like, I would say 10 black guys came up and started fighting these
Right.
sunburned white people. And again, it turned into a brawl. And then their
brawl.
wives, a brawl. So their wives tried to jump in.
Here's some
Whoa, can I
photos.
see? Yeah.
It's a large scale brawl. One person was hit in the head with a folding chair, which led to
yeah.
many, many memes.
Brother.
Yeah, so then they're all fighting. People are jumping in the thing. Then the white women jumped in and kind of thinking that they're gonna get like whatever, but then women started jumping in the brawl and fighting them. It was pretty entertaining. The interesting thing about it is that there was video from all angles. You see the precursor, you see whatever, and then kind of the way that it ended was this guy picked up a folding chair and started whacking people in the head.
Right.
And then he hit this woman in the head really hard.
Really?
And it was pretty bad. I mean, and the guy was black. So that's when the memes came. Well, first of all, everyone's like already has Montgomery bra.
Right.
T-shirts.
Everybody is like, right.
Because again, it was something where like maybe just even like 20 years ago, whatever, like there wouldn't be this like retaliation of a group of black people finding justice immediately.
Right.
I think it was like this thing of like justice was served immediately.
The pontoon boat owners, the pontoon people were immediately arrested and they're the only ones who faced like
felonies.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, they're the only ones that got arrested.
Well, right, because it's like you have to move your boat.
Yeah.
You have to move your boat.
Otherwise
And
you
they
lose
threw
the boat.
punches first.
Right.
They threw punches first. They jumped the guy.
Right.
The chairman was like, he had to do community service. Oh, but then there's all these things about chair jitsu.
Yeah, that's
And
funny.
like the Battle of Montgomery. And like people were just, because of like it being Montgomery, Alabama, it was literally like Civil War kind of.
No way. I mean, it's so like loaded with all this stuff.
So people were talking about it like, I remember my ancestors in 2023
Right.
in the Battle of Montgomery
Right.
on the Harriet too. And
My favorite element of it is that if you watch the videos, because it is the riverfront and there's like active like riverfront partying going on, there's like loud kind of like house music playing in the background, and then you just hear someone on the speakerphone going, "Don't fuck with the riverboat crew."
yeah, yeah. So that's the thing, was that all the guys that jumped in were the co-workers, and then the captain of the boat made a statement that was like, guys, we all are because that's also the other fucked up thing, was that there's 250 people waiting to get off and 250 people waiting to get on.
No,
so they're delayed by an hour because of these 10 white people.
That's like so like the hubris of that. It's like move your
Just
boat,
move your
bro.
boat.
Like what's up?
Well,
can I say like the reason that I didn't hear about this, because I was like, it's very unusual for me not to, is that week I was traveling and I was like, I'm going to do something I've never done before, and I'm going to log off of Twitter and Instagram.
Wow.
And I had no social media for that week, and I was like, I
And you
wonder
missed
what.
something.
I literally was like, and I'm sure I'll miss something, and that's what it was.
I mean, you're always going to miss something.
You'll always miss something, and then
That's okay.
It's perfect. I found out later, like right here, right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, but that was, I'm like, how did you miss? Because
No,
I
I've
wouldn't
been-
say you're off, like you're pretty online.
No, I'm online.
You would have
I'm-
seen it.
I'm actually very online. It was the
Yeah.
longest. I mean, I hadn't been off of Twitter for more than like 12 hours in like a decade.
Well, that's very
Yikes.
interesting because this next thing from August happened a couple days later, so I wonder if you caught it or not.
Maybe. I wonder if it's the
If this happened in the same span of your trip.
Right.
So, just a few days later, a cop in Boston went down a slide.
Yes, I did catch this. Oh my god, that shit is so funny.
The cop in Boston went down a slide at absolute top velocity.
Well, I just read that the reason he did that is because he was trying to prove that it was safe. Because a bunch of people had complained about the slide being dangerous, and then he was like, no, it's safe, let me show you.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, if anything, this is the hubris of the white man in America.
No, totally.
And the guy says, I know how to go down a slide.
Right.
And he didn't. And just for the listeners, just so you know, if you follow at Go Touch Grass Pod on Instagram, we always post our like sources and videos. So I will post the video of the cop going down the slide if you haven't seen it, because he is absolutely rocketing down the slide, ricocheting. He sustained head injuries,
Right.
ricocheting
He
down the
was
slide.
like face down too. That was the thing.
But he came out in this way where it was like, this was like a breech pregnancy. Like something wrong happened here.
Yeah, and if you listen to it, he's like, it's like a ping pong, like he's like going like ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
like all the way down the slide.
No, it's crazy. He comes out looking so like discombobulated. It's so funny.
It's genuinely
It's
one of the
classic
funniest
slapstick.
videos.
Yeah.
It's really like classic, like noises off, like someone falling down the stairs, holding a pie, like.
He looks like a doll in it almost
he really
because he's
does.
like floppeting around. So this video goes insanely viral. It leads to like lines around the block of
45-minute
people.
lines.
Yeah, 45-minute lines of people trying to go down this slide. People trying to
my God,
recreate
right.
like can you go down the slide at the velocity that this cop went down the slide? There are literally like scientists weighing in, being like, this is how this happened.
I know. Because people were
They're like, he must have gotten a sprinting start.
Yeah.
Dove headfirst in there.
Truly physicists trying to be like, okay, if his weight is this and he goes this fast,
Right,
like
right.
this is how he
No, he
did
comes
this.
out so fast, and you're like, what happened?
People were calling it the death slide. They had to put up signs that were like, so this slide is for children.
Right.
Like we can't have adults just kind of hogging the slide when this is supposed to be a recreational area for children.
Right.
September is not crazy because September, what's viral in September? Kevin James, the Kevin
meme,
James
yeah.
meme,
Yeah.
shrugged in a pocket.
And I thought it was sweet.
Yeah.
It was sweet, and Selena Gomez swallowed in a blanket
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
What
white
is
cat.
going on exactly with her? Something.
It's a lot.
This is
a lot.
addressed actually in our first episode of this podcast. we
Right.
discussed.
I knew that you guys would have
We-
something.
Yeah,
to
we
say.
have. She needs to log off. She's like needs to log off.
She does need to log off.
Yeah.
It's one of
And
those
that's
things where it's like,
basically
that's fine.
September.
Well, she's like doing that thing where she's like, I'm so sick of the internet.
It's
And then
like,
it's like,
you
well,
are
then
the
you're on
internet.
it. Like, so go ahead and like, actually just don't be on
Yeah,
it. Like,
you don't need to be
here,
responding.
yeah.
right. You don't be responding.
So that was September.
That was
Very
September.
Quick.
October, Britney Spears dances with knives.
Right.
She says they were fake.
She says they were fake.
I believe her.
She danced with knives twice. Once at the end of September and then again in October. We wish her the best.
You can't do anything but wish her the best.
Yeah.
I mean,
Of
honestly,
course.
she's just gonna do her.
She's
Yeah.
just gonna do her, and that's all that can be really said about
Yeah.
it. And if she dances with knives, this was also when like people called a wellness check on her, and she had to be like, "Please stop calling wellness checks on me." November, we have Spotify Wrapped. Millie and I have talked about our Spotify
Right.
Wrapped on the Patreon. Anything of note from yours?
I think it's kind of what you'd expect. It's like I'm
What-
like a
what would
gay
you
guy with like
expect?
alt taste. I don't know, like alt like pop, whatever. My top was Kalela.
Yeah,
was you too.
Oh really?
Me too.
Wait,
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
She's
me,
just
you, and George Severus.
yeah. We're all kind of like
I feel
Kalela
like,
heads.
yeah, like people say like I'm bisexual passing, but I think I'm just a gay guy.
Right, exactly.
And this brings us to December, which I think is a great place for us to end with Charlie.
Yeah, because we really want to talk to you about this.
Ooh, what is it? Oh, duh. Okay, I know what it is.
The Senate,
The Senate
staffer
twink, yeah.
who
Yeah, yeah.
the
gonna sit
Senate
up.
twink who got railed.
Let's go there, Charlie.
Here's my thing about it.
Yes.
I think it's like so funny and cool, and I'm like totally pro. I don't give a shit. It's like, oh, the hallowed halls of Congress. It's like, get a fucking grip, relax.
Interesting.
There is some stuff about like, oh, it was really dangerous because it's gonna be bad for like LGBT. It's like,
No.
whatever. Like, everybody chill out. Maybe that's true. I don't know. All I know is that it's funny, and I think it's cool. And I think it's cool to like desecrate like a sanctified symbol that actually already is like kind of evil.
This is how we find out Charlie was in January 6th.
Yeah,
Right,
Charlie
exactly.
was there. Charlie.
I mean, certainly.
Charlie was the one who spread poop on.
Right,
Nancy
exactly.
Pelosi's
I'm like,
office.
no, this is like the coolest. It's like that's the coolest thing you can do in like the Senate hearings rooms. I'm like, and maybe I'm being fucking stupid, but I am like, whatever, like fabulous.
Interesting.
That's my take on it.
Disagree.
No, okay.
I mean, I you know, again, I don't feel like it's like I hate when people are like this sets back.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No.
But I'm also like, you can't fuck at work. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
can't. Like
Right, right,
everyone's like, oh, whatever, it's campy or this and that
Right,
or he
right.
did nothing wrong. You can't fuck at work. You can't do a sex tape. Like that's
But
just
it's one of
like-
those things where I'm like, I wouldn't do it. Like for sure wouldn't.
No.
Am I like glad someone's doing it? Like, yeah, definitely.
Well, I think the thing
Even if
is-
it's bad.
Yeah, well, I guess for me, it's like a lot of the discourse
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it is that if you say anything bad, or if it's like if you're like you shouldn't fuck at work, people are like, you hate gay people.
Right.
And it's like
No, like you obviously really shouldn't fuck at work.
you shouldn't fuck at work and record it or
and
you
put it
shouldn't
on,
put
a
on
sex-
Instagram.
Yeah, I do think it's. I would
You
like
put it on
to
his
know.
close friends.
Yeah.
Sorry, so if you don't know, there's a Senate sex tape where this staffer, this aide,
For Senator Ben Cardin of Maryland, though he has since been fired.
yeah, he went and he did an Instagram close friends of him bottoming, and he made what was the caption was like Sonia Sotomayor was like
Confirmed
here.
here. The
Something
James
else.
Comey hearings or something.
James Comey here,
Trump
and I'm getting German sausage.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
He also posted to LinkedIn afterwards
That
once
was
he was
really funny.
identified, and I do want to. Actually, you know what, Charlie, you can
Yeah,
read
let me
his
take this one.
LinkedIn
I'm
post.
kidding.
Oh my God, I really think the LinkedIn post is so funny.
But I'm like,
This has been a difficult time for me as I have been attacked for who I love to pursue a political agenda. While some of my actions in the past have shown poor judgment, I love my job and would never disrespect my workplace. Any attempts to characterize my actions otherwise are fabricated, and I will be exploring what legal options are available to me in these matters. I mean, like, what a funny thing to say when you, like, are really on film doing it's like...
You filmed porn.
You film porn on in your job. It's like, that's funny.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do think that was a beautiful final meme of the
Yeah.
year.
It is funny that it's like that.
That is the
Exactly.
final meme of the year.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to round this out.
Charlie, thank you so much. Charlie, what is your impression of the memes of the year before we
Yeah.
wrap up?
I think, like, I guess because this last one is in my head, like... It's a funny way to experience like politics like at a remove. You know what I mean? It's like everything becomes content and everything becomes like, and so you're just like, and it's nice to dip in and out when you want. You know what I mean? Like some of them I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be like thinking about this, reading the memes, being invested, and some of them it's like, you know what, like this one isn't for me.
Yeah.
And it's nice that there's always the option every day on Twitter. If you want, like you can dive right on in.
Yeah.
That's so
And
true.
it's a nice thing about like, you know, the information kind of world we're in.
There's something for everyone
There's
on
something for
social
everyone.
media.
There's
And if it's
something
not
for
this
everyone.
one, just hang tight. There'll be one that kind of titillates you in a sec.
Exactly, because Montgomery Bra took
Right.
my life.
Right, exactly.
took
Like
over
that
my life
really
for a
worked for
week.
you. Yeah.
And Charlie didn't even know about it.
I
And
didn't
that's
even know.
the internet.
And then
The
we got
one
to
week.
hear him learn about it right here on the
know.
Go Touch Grass podcast.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
Charlie, why don't you tell our listeners
Yeah.
where they can find you, where they can find Natalie once she calms down?
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
once
Once we let her back in the room.
really
Yeah.
takes time to listen.
Well, Natalie and I have a podcast together on this
Wow.
very network called
Wow.
Exploration Live.
Wow.
We also do monthly live shows.
And I've done it, and they're great.
Yeah. End of January, we're also doing some shows on the west coast of California.
Wow.
In Los Angeles and San Francisco. So
Wow.
look out for that. And then we just do shows all the time in New York.
Yes.
Amazing.
And there it is. Simple as that.
And where can people follow you?
I'm on all platforms at Chunk Bardey.
Wow.
Yes.
Simple as that. And then Natalie's at Nat Rotter-Laitman. So, you know,
Beautiful.
simple as that.
Beautiful. And guys, that was another episode of Go Touch Grass. This week on the Patreon, we have our search history episode that's already up. It's a deep dive into the Gorilla Glue Girl. We've got a mini trending topic about Matt Rife. We are pre-recording this, so there might be even more
Yeah, there's going to be
interesting
something else.
stuff
Right.
up there. So you can go check out the Patreon, and don't forget to rate and review us 5 stars. And until then, go touch grass.
That was a HeadGum podcast.
Hi, I'm Caleb Heron, host of the So True podcast, now on HeadGum. Every week, me and my guests get into it, and we get down to what's really going on. I ask them what's so true to them, how they got to where they are in life, a bunch of other questions, and we also may or may not test their general trivia knowledge, whether it's one of my sworn enemies like Brittany Broski or Drew Wallow, or my actual biological mother, Kelly. My guests and I are just after the truth, and if we find it, great, and if not, no worries. So subscribe to So True on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, or wherever you get your podcasts, and watch video episodes on the So True with Caleb Heron YouTube channel. New episodes drop every Thursday. Love ya.